So when we all think of New Orleans art, you think of bold color, deep soul, and unmistakable joy. And there are so very few artists that embody that spirit, like the one and only Terrance Osborne. His paintings have been a visual anthem for this city, capturing the rhythm, the resilience, and the radiance that make New Orleans unforgettable. Terrance, thank you so much for making time.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
How long have you been painting, and where did you get your start?
Yeah, my mom did art as a hobby, so I picked it up from her. And then my stepfather did a little bit too. My oldest brother he drew a lot of cars and muscle men and stuff like that. None of them made a career out of it. Okay. My mom cleaned rooms at Holiday Inn for most of my childhood, and my stepfather, he was a maintenance worker there too. But my mom always did art, right? She would take all of her pieces, her pastel pieces, like really serene stuff like flowers and, women on beaches with flowy dresses and, so sort of grounded stuff. And she would put them on the back of her wall behind her bed, like where the headboard was. At a certain time of day, the sun would come in and just drench onto her work and saturate it, and it just vibrated. And I enjoyed walking into her room just at that time and finding it. So that was, to me, that was my earliest influence with doing art, with my love for art and color. So that you just speed that up, and here we are.
You are so lauded. Your work has become part of the very visual identity of the city and Jazz Fest itself. We're just so honored to have you. What does it feel like when you step onto those grounds each and every year?
Yeah, it's always a magical experience for me, and I don't believe it until I get there, right? Usually you can say that when everybody starts pouring in to Jazz Fest, you see how excited people are and all that. But for me, it starts when I get on the yard and you smell the cooks cooking and preparing, and the soda trucks and beer trucks are all loading in the ice, and so everybody's running around trying to make sure the booths are the artists are putting their booths up, and then it's like a big family because we get to reconnect each year, right? So the people that are next to you or even across from you, you're like, hey, sometimes you don't remember the name. You just spend every year with them. So you're like, hey.
You get the same location every year.
Yeah.
So you have the same neighbors every year.
Yes.
So it's like a reunion. It really is.
It is. It really is. Yeah. I used to not.
Okay.
Now it's like I've been grandfathered in, actually right next to my mentor, Richard Thomas.
Okay.
So it's me, Richard Thomas, and B. Mike.
Okay.
And so we're in this area called the Bruce Bryce Art Village. It's only 3 of us. So it's definitely a special moment.
And where is that located?
It's right near the Fado Do stage.
Okay.
So as close to the entrance as you can get.
Okay. Very well.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Osborne, I feel the need to call you Mr. Osborne.
No.
Right?
No, please call me Terrance. I'm good with that.
How has Jazz Fest influenced or amplified your career as an artist, both in terms of exposure and emotional connection to your audience?
Yeah. So exposure, any artist that does Jazz Festival is on the world stage. Jazz Festival is one of the largest international festivals in the world. If you get the poster is one of the most collected posters in the world, most collected festival posters in the world. So if you get the poster, it's a huge honor. So, you're already on a world stage when you get there.
Right.
But then you do the poster too, it doubles that. So, if you're an artist who's relatively undiscovered, doing the Jazz Fest poster will skyrocket your career.
How many times have you done the poster?
6.
I figured.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't just like once or twice.
Yeah. Well, I've been fortunate, so I'm happy about that.
Very well. And how specifically does you having the poster, like tangibly, how does that affect your career? Do you have more social media followers? Do people actually buy more? Tell us more specifically.
Yeah. So you Typically with my work, I might have a small addition when, like, say, every bunch of prints that I put out, I take a small portion of them and number them and sign them so that they're a little more exclusive. And then I leave the rest open, like I'll sign it or not sign it. Jazz Festival, when they do a poster, they're only a certain amount of numbers, and they do not exceed those numbers.
Okay.
So if you miss getting the Jazz Fest poster, you're out. They're not going to reproduce them again. So that makes them ultra exclusive, right? Yep. That's something that I hadn't done until I did the Jazz Fest poster.
Oh.
It just made a number and then stopped.
Okay.
You know, because I'm always like, oh, if people want to buy my work, I'm just keep reproducing it. But to have that exclusivity is a whole nother level.
Okay. You know, we call that in marketing Hunger Games or scarcity marketing.
Yes.
Where it's done strategically,
yes.
right? It's like whether it's Air Jordans or Supreme, where it's only a limited supply that's produced to create that rapid demand.
Yeah, great demand and small supply.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So that's what you gained from working with them.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So what pieces or themes are you featuring at Jazz Fest this year? And is there a special story or inspiration behind what you are featuring this year?
Yeah, you know, this past year has been interesting for me because my wife is a meditation guide.
I know, right? Stephanie Osborne. Shout out to
Stephanie. Yes. And I do art, and so it's mostly been, she's always supported my career. So it's mostly been about my art. That's what's brought us the income and any recognition and all, right? Mm-hmm. And we're sort of seen as a team. People understand that we work together and we do what we do. But over the past, like maybe, I guess, 10 years or so, she's really gotten into meditating corporately and stuff like that. So we bought a building. Now the building on Magazine Street, which is where our current gallery is there's only so much. Yeah, there's only so much space over there.
Okay.
And so one thing that I realized is that, well, let me just say that with this new building, since we purchased it, we're going to merge our businesses. So the gallery, and it's like 5 times bigger than the current gallery. Wow. So this new gallery will be an art gallery and meditative space. So you'll be able to walk in there and experience New Orleans how you usually do, but there'll be spaces in there where you can sit and meditate, especially in Stephanie's space. You'll end in this room where you remove your shoes and sit and meditate, and you'll hear her guiding a meditation or doing the singing bowls or something like that. So it's gonna be great.
That's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
So, because art therapy is kind of becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Right? It's becoming a thing. Mm-hmm. Are you guys envisioning having like watercolor classes or like paint and sip as part of this?
Yeah, I don't know. That to me, like, I used to be an art teacher, right?
Okay.
So I spent years teaching at an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. So I always, like every artist, just wanted to do my artwork. If you can do your artwork as an artist, then you're not just teaching the students at a school, you're teaching the world, because everybody gets to experience that. So in that freedom to be able to produce what you want and then make a living at it is something that every artist wants. So to teach classes would push me back to doing what I really don't want to do. Right.
Of course.
And
I didn't mean you, by the way, Terrance.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mean like you would.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not beyond it. I'm not saying that.
Okay. I am. I am. I'm like, no, I wasn't thinking you would do that, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. So I've heard before people like, are you going to make a school or something like that? So
okay.
That could happen. Like there's actually a children's museum that's going to be opening not far from the new gallery, and the curriculum in the art department will be the Terrance Osborne curriculum. So it's sort of starting.
See,
like that,
just so you know, as you were speaking, I would never think, and I appreciate your humility. I honestly do. But I was thinking we could name a school after you.
Oh,
right. I wasn't thinking that you would go in the classroom and start teaching. And that's no. Listen, I mean, I teach as well. My mother was a teacher. We're not denigrating teachers at all. But I just was saying, like, from a vision perspective, like, what kind of curriculum might you be offering at this beautiful integrated art wellness therapy experience?
Oh, yeah. So, well, okay. So I'm saying that aspect of the teaching part would be more what Stephanie's doing.
Yep.
I'm there, which is what I was about to say earlier. I stopped creating. The gallery on Magazine Street is such a small space that work is stacked on top of each other. Like we outgrew that space 3 years after we moved there. We've been there 8 years, right?
Okay.
And it slowly happened, slowly and surely, that I stopped working on my personal stuff. And now I partner with people and, do artwork for them and all. But once we bought this building, and I was working with the architect, I was like, oh, so this wall is this size and this wall is, so the building's just a shell, but we would go over the layout of the walls. As soon as that happened, I started working again. Like, because I had places to hang the work. I didn't realize that was my hang up.
Oh.
Yeah. So right now, so it started with this Louis piece, this piece called Louis the First.
Okay.
Where I did it in a week. And I also realized that, like, I eliminated the background in the piece. It's just a simple gray background with Louis Armstrong on there, and his hat is like a shotgun house, and it's glowing. Almost looks like a gas lantern, right? And he's got this beautiful smile, his beads are swinging. It's just this wonderful gesture. And the background is just simple, which is not typical of my work. Usually it's very busy and all.
Yes.
But I think that also came out of the need to simplify things for myself, because there's so much clutter. Like, my work I got tons of work at home. The gallery is filled with work, so I need a space to put it. So that piece came out of I did it quickly, so it came out of my need to produce, plus to avoid clutter. So
got it.
So it's interesting. The style came out of that, and then since then, and that was like maybe 2 months ago. It usually takes me a month to do a piece. I've done like 5 pieces in 2 months. So
is your style, I know I want to say evolving, but now you have a different type of style.
Yeah.
You still have the style we know you for.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you now
so
space.
And I mean, that was a long way to say that I have a handful of pieces that I've done since I got rejuvenated with the space that is coming, and I'm bringing them to Jazz Festival. So, and I kind of teased them on social media.
Okay.
But they're gorgeous pieces that I just really enjoyed working on them, and I did them quickly. So I knew, I was like, I got that, that fever. I just want to work all day and all night, and that's. So
the blank canvas gave you this inspiration to just create with abandon.
Yeah, well, the new walls that I'll be having gave me the space.
Very well.
Even though it's still cluttered, but I know where it's going.
As long as that's all that matters. As long as you know.
Yeah.
Before I go to my next question, I want to know, where is this building? You've whet our appetite for the building, but where is it? It's
in downtown Gretna.
Okay.
On Huey P. Long.
Okay.
So if you're going to open a business in downtown Gretna, Huey P. Long Street is the one you want to open it on, because there's Flirty Girl on my block.
Okay.
There are a bunch of cafes, and there's what's that other place? The Maple Leaf is on my side street. It's great. There's a park. There's nothing obstructing the building. There's a big park in front of us and everything. So.
And are you keeping the gallery, 3029 magazine?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. This.
What's the date?
Not. So in about a year. So less than a year, really.
Okay.
About 8 months, something like that. We'll make the full move.
Okay. We wish you well with that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So that'll be at 1101 Huey P. Long.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. So many people see your work as storytelling through color and memory. What message or messages do you want viewers to take away when they experience your paintings at Jazz Fest?
Yeah, I used to be really big on stories, like letting the person who is experiencing my work given them their story, because like, oh, well, nothing's more important than the artist's story, because that's what the artist intended. But I realized that it doesn't matter what the artist intended, because the work is way bigger than the artist, because
Right.
people have all their interpretations of it, and I'm not trying to kill that. If whatever it means to them,
Right.
it does. So I'm not so interested in navigating them through unless they have questions about the work.
Okay.
I want to hear what they say.
Okay.
To me, that's much more valuable than what I have to say.
So you are a portal. You are a vessel. You kind of render yourself as a vessel and a portal versus
Yeah.
it being all about Terrance's point of view in life.
Yeah. And I mean, I know what I like, and I know what I'm passionate about the piece.
Yep.
But still, that's just my perspective. I can't give that to them, you know.
So for our younger artists, we're here at the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, and we have a lot of students who are very creative. Many of them are artists, designers, musicians. Where do you go, Terrance, to get your source of energy and your source of creativity renewed?
Yeah. Traveling does it for me. Like my wife and I, we travel around the world. We've been to Hawaii, to Japan, to Italy, and that to me, like what I try to do is find the shotgun house in other places, their version of the shotgun house.
Okay.
So 'cause I want to see their St. Charles Avenue. I want to see their French Quarter. I want to see their shotgun house.
Okay.
And that's so inspiring to me. So I like finding what's similar in people.
Right.
And what's different too, it's just
Yeah.
it's just what makes it beautiful. So I'm always inspired when I see it's just simple things, just like the way someone's toilets are different, or the way their handles on their doors are, like just those things. They're simple, but I love seeing what people do with stuff.
It's interesting because I've always been inspired as well from traveling. And I think there's something to your point about the human condition and the human nature that's more similar than different.
Yeah.
And when you travel, especially internationally, when you're privileged, and it's a blessing to be able to travel internationally, I'm always grateful for that. I see that we all want to eat, we all want shelter,
Yeah.
we all want love, and we all want to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty basic.
Yeah. The human need, it's like, yeah. And we're social animals, we thrive better. That's why you can, if you want to really punish someone, you put them in isolation, right?
Right.
It's cruel, but it's the truth, because the exact opposite of that is camaraderie, being with people. So like, okay, that's what I want.
Just a little punishment. It's a good point. Or the silent treatment. Thinking back, do you have a favorite Jazz Fest memory?
Jazz Fest memory. So, there are certain things that I look forward to. Like I enjoy when the sun is out and people are filling my booth and I'm talking, socializing, and my wife is taking the orders. She's sitting there and there are flowers next to her. There's the booth looks pleasant and inviting, and you smell the Jazz Fest foods in the air. People are they're drinking a little bit, so they're getting a little more loose. It's just the whole environment. I love it. I love
The
it.
whole experience.
You can hear the music from the stage that you're near.
Yep.
What they're playing, and it's the whole environment. It's just beautiful.
Literally, what we define as festing.
Yeah,
which is festing.
Right. Yes, festing. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, that's the best.
So, what guidance? I mean, it's clear you have accomplished beyond many artists their wildest dreams, right? So, do you have any guidance for any emerging artist who hope to one day be a part of Jazz Fest? Was there a particular process that you might have gone through, or not the person's name, but is there a process for getting recognized to be one of the very few that are invited to show their work there?
Yeah, so I know the process is different. We've been at Jazz Festival since the late 90s.
Okay.
So a long time, and things have changed. But when we first got to Jazz Festival, the crowd, the the application process was a lot simpler.
Okay.
But also, the thing that I didn't know was about the poster, right? So of course, if you're an artist and you go to jazz festival, the ultimate goal is to do the poster. It's sort of like if you're an artist, if you're a singer, and you go to jazz festival, the ultimate goal is to be on the stage.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So one thing that I didn't realize was Jazz Fest is already looking at you as a potential for the poster.
Okay.
They're going around and you don't know, and they're checking you out and considering you for the poster. Because my wife and I, we sent letters in to Jazz Festival probably about 4 or 5 years straight, saying, "Hey, I'm interested in doing the poster. What's the process?"
And before you were exhibiting there?
Well, I was exhibiting there.
Okay.
But
you hadn't done the poster.
I hadn't done the poster.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they didn't answer. They didn't answer. The year that we didn't, which was 2007, was the year that they called and said, "Hey, we want you to do the poster." Now, I learned later on that they were already looking.
Okay.
Because they told me, they were like, "Yeah, we it doesn't even matter that you were sending letters. We were already looking at you," and that's what we do. So yeah, but
so do you think the letters helped? Because I mean, for those who are listening and they're like, "Ooh," but because I mean, you and Stephanie were doing the hard work, and I'm like, okay, that persistence, was it paying off?
So it might. I don't know. I think they were already looking, but
yeah.
But the bottom line is, to your question, which is about artists who are interested and who want to. I think that what they're really looking for is authenticity, right? So it doesn't matter what the audience is looking for. This is why I try to tell artists, especially who are just starting out. I used to think that you find out what you're interested in, and then find out what the audience is interested in, and sort of find a middle way between the two of them.
Okay.
And then you're appeasing yourself and the artist, the audience, but the audience does not matter at all. That's the audience is not important. What is important is, are you motivated by what you're doing? Does it move you? Does it make you excited and creative? And that's what you go into, because what happens is you are enjoying yourself when you're in that mode. Well, the audience will naturally enjoy you when they see you enjoying yourself. Because how many songs have you heard where you're like, "Oh my, that artist was, right?"
They were in it.
They were in it, and you enjoyed them enjoying themselves, because you can hear the enjoyment, because you become the song in a way. So it's the same thing with a painting or with artwork. When you enjoy your artwork and somebody walks up to it, they're like, "Oh, this feels good. I see what the artist is doing. Oh, look at that, look at this," But if at the other end of it, if you're just mimicking what you see from something else and not right, people are gonna walk and be like, "Oh yeah, I don't feel that at all. I don't feel that." So you have to lead with, it's not about the audience at all. And that was a hard thing for me to come to terms with, because I knew it was true though. I didn't believe it at first.
So where'd you hear it? Did somebody tell you, like a mentor tell you that, or somebody told you that?
So I heard it from Rick Rubin.
Okay.
Yeah.
About music.
About music,
Okay.
which I thought was phenomenal. And I adopted it, and it's I know it's true.
No, you're absolutely right. When I think about, artists when they're jamming out, I talked about Glasper earlier in this episode, and I talked about how much I love him and whatever. And when he is jamming and he is just in it, we're all in it with him.
Right?
Any other artist.
You ride it, yeah. Mm-hmm. My daughter is an artist, is a singer. She actually sang at Jazz Festival on the stage, which was crazy. She and all of our kids, all our 3 kids are talented in some way. Okay. Our first is a graphic artist, the second is a culinary artist, and the third is a vocal artist.
It makes sense. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So if you could, as we close out, if you could describe the feeling of showing up for Jazz Fest in one word, what would it be?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd say like bloom blooming.
Blooming.
Yeah, yeah. That's sort of what it feels like, because spring is my favorite time of year. I like fall too, but spring, it's almost like Jazz Fest initiates spring. It's not fully spring until Jazz Fest gets here.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
when you know it's here.
Yeah, yeah. And it might be officially before that, but it just feels like it's a Jazz Fest. It's like everything's new now. Everything's happening. Yeah. The whole year is going to be really good, you know?
So, Terrance, you have been so accomplished, and I know so many artists look up to you. For the many artists out there who are thinking of having a career in it, who are emerging, or who perhaps aren't really putting pen to paper, but there's an artist within them, what would you tell them around how they can keep going and what they can expect in this life?
I would tell them that there are two types of quote unquote artists, right? There's an artist who can do their craft and quit. And then there's the artist who can't quit no matter what they do. Decide what kind of artist you are. If you can quit, you probably should, because a true artist has no choice. If you decide, okay, today I'm gonna quit, I don't wanna be an artist anymore, I promise you a few years from now, you'll be doing carpentry, and you'll be like, yeah, I'm in construction, but you're building a house.
Right.
Because it's just a big sculpture anyway. So it's not something you can turn off. It's something that you know with all of your being that you are. So I would say, if you are the kind of artist who understands that you can't stop, then keep going. That's it. Don't do anything else, because you'll just be wasting your time.
But they have to eat.
Yes, you do have to eat. I'm not saying don't, like, get your job, your day job. That's important.
Okay.
I used to shuck oysters before I was doing art. I used to work at the Gap. That was my second job. Then I did work study at the university. Then I became a teacher after I graduated from college.
Perfect.
Katrina ended my teaching job, and I've done art since then. So and it wasn't easy. I know it takes some guts to just do artwork, you know. Katrina kicked me out, so I can't even claim that I just, I just had the guts to go. No, I would still be teaching.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I know that there is something in every artist that wants to just do his or her art, and don't ignore that. Like, do a little bit every day toward that goal of just doing your artwork, because that's what you really want.